Hello, stock traders. I hope all of you had a fantastic week. The market was really terrific this last week, and so far this November, I am personally having a lot of success. Hopefully you are too. So far in the month of November, I am currently up 5.55%. So starting off really great. Year to date, I have passed an important milestone on Friday. I am now 200.40% gain, so that is really great. I have tripled my portfolio this year. It's been a lot of work, but looking forward to getting even more gains as November and December and January are so good. So looking forward to a great rest of the year. And this channel is called Triple Digit Gains, and you can have those type of gains if you have a solid trading strategy. I have about 13 different strategies I'm using at different times. I do not chase stocks. I get these questions so often in my comment section saying, hey, I'm looking at this stock that's up 200%. Well, that is not a good stock to get into. If you track your trades, you will realize that chasing stocks does not yield good results. And at least it doesn't work for me. And if it works for you, wow, congratulations. You are very, very rare. I will say that. But I am not a financial advisor. Of course, you need to do your own due diligence and be responsible for your trades. And in this video, I am going to give you 7 stocks that should give you an edge going into next week. Looking very good, and the market is looking great. We're going to do a market recap. And we're also going to cover all the stocks that were sold in the Patreon group that were part of my portfolio. And so it'll be a good video. Stay till the end. You will want to be here all the way till the end. But before we get going, if you could do me a favor, please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you haven't done so before, please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when a new video comes out. If you're not a member of my Patreon group, you should consider it. It's just $27 a month for the basic level. You will easily make it up with one great trade. In that level, I cover the insider swing play and the PDUFA run-up play, which are my most 2 successful stock trading strategies over the last 5 years. They have really done terrific. All right, let's cover the insiders. So this last week sold some insiders. The first one was STSA, sold for a 9.16% gain. ETWO sold for a 6.73% gain. EYEN sold for an 8.31% loss. CCI sold for a 3.81% gain. SUI, which I sold on Friday, and this is covered in my Thursday video, and I wanted to alert anyone who saw that video and had purchased SUI. I did decide to exit for an extremely small gain of 0.03%, so that's 4 out of 5, with an 80% win rate. 2.28% average gain per pick. My average over the last 5 years has been 70% with this strategy, with an average gain per pick of 3%. So a little bit lower on that, but higher on the win rate. So that's good. All right, PDUFA strategy, absolutely no sales. No exit points were triggered, and so I'm still in all the same PDUFA stocks that I was before. But my dividend and buyback strategies that I cover in my premium room, I wanted to kind of cover a few of these. These are very, very safe stocks. Now, the premium membership is expensive, but it's worth it. There's some really good long-term picks in there, and also you can get some videos and different strategies and how I go about my business. I do 2 videos a month that's going to be covering that. That is brand new to that level, so that's exciting. But the dividend strategy and the buyback strategy are 2 strategies that I cover in that room, and sold FUL this last week for an 11.57% gain, GDDY for a 7.69% gain, and KO for a 4.55% gain. So that was 3 out of 3. 100% win rate, really, really good. Typically, my win rate with my long-term dividend strategy is over 95%. I have a lot of success with that strategy. It's just done really, really well. All right, let's get in and take a look at the market. It's so important to understand market conditions before you invest. All right, so we are still in this crazy wave 1, and this has gone much higher than I ever thought it would. It's at 470.65, and we are at overbought levels on the S&P 500, so we are due for a pullback. Now, where do I think it could pull back to? Could it keep going? Yes, it could go all the way to 480, maybe blow its top, and then come way, way back down, but I expect it to come down here to this directional SMA line that's right here. And so as it comes back down, I expect it to come down and bounce. This will continue upwards. They should probably meet somewhere around 450, 452 in there. So I'm expecting a pullback there and then a bullish run on a wave 3. So that's where I think we're at. It's just, you can see here how overbought it is, 76.51 on the SPY, which is really crazy. The MACD is still gaining in momentum. So, this, I guess, could go higher, but at some point we have to have a pullback. It is healthy to have a pullback. All right, let's get into these top 7 stocks, and there aren't really any new ones, but I have a lot of updates going on. Not a single one from last week's video hit its exit point, and all of them surged like crazy. If you watched that last week's video and you decided to invest in some of these stocks, you had a very good week, just like I did. Okay, so let's cover the first one. Number 7, it's still number 7. It's a fantastic stock, but I got it at number 7 because it's a long-term strategy and it's going to take a while to get to my price target. But my price target is kind of ridiculous. Here we go. BITF, ticker symbol Bitfarms, and this thing has been on a tear. My target for this stock is $20 a share. That's where I think it's going to get. My average in it is $5.98. Since calling this out, it is up 21.68%. So I had a lot of people panicking on this one, and this is a long-term pick. If you don't have the stomach to handle it, this is going to move with Bitcoin, but it's also going to move on companies' fundamentals too. So it's kind of a double-edged sword that way, but there's tons of value in this stock. They have the best hash versus market cap. This is much better than Mara or Riot or Hut. This is the one, in my opinion, that will continue to roar all the way to $20. I think that this one is really going to do well. They had some updates this week talking about their hash rate, updating their hash rate, which is much improved, which makes it even more a reason and a great value to be in. All right, let's go to number 6. Number 6 is a fantastic stock also. It is a PDUFA run-up play. This is CTI Biopharma, ticker symbol CTIC. My personal price target for this is $4 a share before their PDUFA date. And my average in it's $2.75. Since calling this out, it is up 1.45%. November 30th is their PDUFA date, and so this is getting closer. Analyst average target price on this thing is $7.28. We did cross this moving average 50. We came back down here, but I'm expecting it to bounce and continue all the way to its PDUFA date. This is going to be a great run-up stock and should do really, really well over the next couple of weeks. Let's get into number 5. Number 5 is Beyond Spring, ticker symbol BYSI. I got some grief on this one in the comment section this last week. My personal price target for this is $23. My average in it is $15.45. Since calling this out, it is down 1.77%. Yeah, it's down a little bit. PDUFA date of November 30th. Also, they have a high short percentage, and this is really affecting this stock, and it's causing a lot of swings in the stock. But here is what, in my experience, is going to happen. Here's one thing that the shorts aren't considering. They're making their decision based upon wrong things. Okay, number 1, we have a gap up here. So there's a gap up right there at $21.81, and that is above our directional SMA line. They are playing this original gap down. That's why all the shorts are in here, is because this massive gap down. But what they're not considering is that they have a PDUFA date of November 30th coming up. And so as that PDUFA date gets closer, more and more investors, especially who invest in the PDUFA FDA approval run-up stocks, are going to get into this, and this is going to cause a short squeeze. Why? I think it's going to cause a short squeeze because the short percentage is 37.82%. That is way, way, way too high. This stock does not deserve it. And I can see lots of shorts covering as we get closer and closer to that date, and the buying pressure continues. There will be more buyers than sellers as we get closer to that date, and that is why over the next couple of weeks, this should be a terrific stock, at least in my opinion. All right, let's go to number 4. All right, number 4 is last week's number 1. This is Archer Aviation, ticker symbol ACHR. Now, there's nothing wrong with this stock. It's just that I like 3 others a little bit better right at this moment. And this is an insider swing play. My personal price target for this is $8.15. My average in it is $5.93, and since calling this out, it is up 6.07%. And maybe maybe Kathy Wood watched the video last week because there's been more loading kind of happening on this. I doubt she watches my video. That, of course, is just a joke, kind of tongue-in-cheek. I would pay more attention to her than she would probably of me, at least at this point. But as time goes on, that could change. But more insider buys this last week, and the insider activity has been really, really strong on this. Yes, there is a gap down. Yeah, you can be concerned here. But ARK is loading. Also, with that insider activity, anyone who pays attention to the insider activity on different stocks is probably loading also. Now, this is a long way from its directional SMA line, and it's got resistance here right around 820. But my personal price target is 815, right around there. I would be a seller. And I think this could go to the moon. This is a great stock. And, it wasn't very long ago. It was up over $10. Let's go on to number 3. All right, number 3 has been a little bit disappointing. This has definitely been a slow mover. This is Safehold, ticker symbol SAFE. This is an insider swing play. My personal price target for this is $100 per share. My average in this is $73.50. Since calling this out, it is up 3.06%. So, this is just really, really moving slowly. I expected, I guess, more of a move than this, but iStar is still loading every couple of days. And hey, if you got in on this when I first called it out, you're up in it. It's not a bad stock, and it's just about to pass this directional SMA line. That is something to watch for this next week. But I think that a move all the way to 91 is very, very possible, especially if we get past this here. This is a big deal. Now, iStar has been buying shares every day since this point right here. They've been buying. They haven't missed a day. There has not been one day missed ever since then. They just continue to buy. They bought through earnings, which I didn't even know a 10% owner could even do that. But they bought all the way through earnings. Apparently no one cared. It's a low volume stock. I believe that their purchases got approved through the SEC. So anyway, this is one I really believe in. I've made tons of money on this in the past. It's got a history of a lot of insider activity, and I think it's going to be a great stock, and you won't want to miss out on it. All right, number 2 is FENC Pharma, ticker symbol FENC. This is a PDUFA run-up play. My personal price target for this is $13 a share, and this is starting to run. My average in it is $8.74, and since calling this out, it is up 6.61%, and it is just riding this line on up. This is a fantastic move that's happening. We have a November 27th PDUFA date and a very important drug up for approval. So those two things combined make this a great stock, and I think it's going to do really, really well. So this one should be interesting. This should continue to run. I don't see any reason why it won't, and it's going to be great. All right, let's go to number 1. Okay, for a second there, I thought I made a mistake on this stock. This had massive insider activity, and this is an insider swing play, and this is ANVS Bio, ticker symbol ANVS. My target for this is $90 a share. You're like, whoa, okay, why? There's this gap. There's this massive gap, and I think that 90 is very, very possible. We hit a low here of 93.50, went back up, came back down. This is also a sympathy play off of Sava and some news that Sava had this last week. But I originally liked this because of insider activity. The president and CEO loaded shares in open market. 2 other directors loaded shares in open market also at the same time. All transactions were extremely bullish, and they pretty much paid the high of the day to get in at that point. So that was something happened, and those 3 officers decided to buy right at that moment. And so it was a very emotional looking type of transaction. So anyway, my target for this is $90. My average in it's $30.57. Since calling this out, I am up 18.97%. Anyone who had faith and bought in on this is really, really happy. Most people got it much lower than me. Just about everyone in my in my Discord group got this stock in lower than me. I admit I panicked and kind of got in. I love this particular stock. I've loved the different moves that have happened on it, and it's going to have another move again. We just passed this directional SMA line. We kind of got, it went above here, came back and touched it, and is now going up. That is a very bullish pattern. Very, very, very bullish pattern. When you see a stock pass a 50-day SMA and then come back all the way to it, just kind of almost on it right at open, and then thrive all the way through the day and end at a high, very, very bullish pattern. And so this is looking really, really great. I hope all of you got in on this and started watching these videos quite a few weeks ago, or even got in on it last week at any point. I think that this is really going to be a great mover. That's why I put it number one. And of course, I wish all of you the best on the stock market. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me in the comments section down below. I appreciate all of you and wish you all the best. And Raythoven out.